class praise. Today is Friday, December 6, 2022. It is day 2 for specials. The weather today will be sunny and cool. For lunch today, we will have chili dog or fish nuggets. Now it's time for the morning meeting.
It's Friday, yay! Have a great weekend with your friends and family. Remember to wear crazy socks on Monday.
Today we are going to read another chapter from 8 class pets plus 1 squirrel divided by 1 dog equals chaos with our guest reader, Miss Wyschka. I can't wait to listen to this book today. We get to read about the Mrs. Cottontail.
So today's chapter is told by Miss Lucy Cottontail, and she is the 2nd grade rabbit. So this is their class pet. This is what she looks like. It's not everybody that starts school in 2nd grade. The children in Miss Walters' class went to 1st grade last year. They were in a different building in kindergarten the year before that. And most of them spent a year or 2 in nursery school or preschool. Not me. I came straight to 2nd grade right from the pet shop. So that shows I'm the smartest one here. Well, maybe except for Miss Walters. But I'm not sure. Miss Walters never talks about being in 1st grade, so I think she might have skipped 1st grade too. But she does talk about last year's 2nd grade class. I'm smart enough to know that means Miss Walters was kept back. But I am polite enough not to mention it. I plan to finish 2nd grade in 1 year. In fact, I think I may skip 3rd grade and go directly to 4th. Another way I know I'm the smartest one here is that Miss Walters tells the children their job is to learn. But she says my job is to be cute and cuddly and not bite. Obviously, I have already learned everything there is to learn. Sometimes the children forget to latch my cage. Here's the picture. I help them learn by running around the classroom and hiding under things. I leave a trail of little poops to help them find me. Once, I made it all the way across the hall to Mr. Daly's 3rd grade room. Mr. Daly has fish. The fish are in a tank, and the tank is on a cart with wheels. I don't think the fish are very smart at all. They never escape and hide under things. They just swim back and forth, back and forth. I held my long, good at hearing everything ears up against the glass to listen, but all they'd say was, "We are in a school, we are in a school." I know, I said, we all are. There's a squirrel who lives outside. Sometimes he comes to visit after Miss Walters and all the children have gone home. The squirrel sits on the windowsill and makes faces and says rude things like, "If you were really smart, the humans couldn't catch you. I don't let them catch me." I point out to him that I don't have to stay outside when it's cold or rainy, and I don't have to find my own food. The squirrel says squirrels are smarter than rabbits. He says the kids on the playground sometimes call each other dumb bunny. Nobody, he says, ever calls another person dumb squirrel. I think the squirrel is making this up. I've never heard anybody say dumb bunny. One time, though, I heard one of the 3rd graders call me Mr. Fuzzbutt instead of Miss Lucy Cottontail. This is one of the reasons I'd like to skip 3rd grade, but I didn't tell the squirrel that. Besides, this just shows how silly that 3rd grader was. He couldn't even read the sign over my cage. I'm surprised Miss Walters ever let him out of 2nd grade. One day, after the children had spent most of the afternoon learning something that had to do with crayons and glitter sticks, I was taking an afternoon nap when I heard a dog barking. He sounded so close, it was as if he was in the building, but that couldn't be. Dogs don't go to regular school. They have their own school to go to because they aren't smart like rabbits or children. But the next thing I knew, in ran that squirrel. If dogs aren't smart enough to go to school with the rest of us, squirrels definitely aren't smart enough. They'd be kept back for like 3 years in a row and have to sit in a corner the whole time. "Help!" the squirrel said. "Go away," I said. There's a dog chasing me, the squirrel said. I told him, then you shouldn't have done whatever it was you did to make him chase you. I didn't do it on purpose, the squirrel said. I chewed at an itchy spot on my foot. If you were as smart as you think, these things wouldn't happen. The squirrel said, I told Green Eggs and Hamster you were too stuck up to help me. I may be smart, but I am not stuck up. While I was still busy chewing, the dog ran by my room, never looking into the doorway. The end of the long rope that was attached to his collar bumped and went thwap against the walls. Across the hall, I could hear the dog barking at the hamster. There was no squirrel there with the snake. You're hiding him. The squirrel was still standing there in front of my cage, shaking, too dumb to move. Apparently, I had to tell him everything. Run now, I told him. While the dog is in the first grade, go back out the way you came in. The door is closed now. The squirrel's teeth were chattering from fright. Please hide me. I felt sorry for him. Go to the room next to where the hamster is. There's a rat in there. The rat has sometimes come to visit my second grade classroom. He's very good with his little hands, and he can open his own cage and doesn't need to wait for the child to forget to latch it. This doesn't make him smarter than me. He's just clever with his hands. Sweetie, the squirrel said. Cheeky thing, I beg your pardon, I snapped frostily. The rat's name is Sweetie. I knew that, I said. Ask Sweetie to let you in. The dog won't be able to get at you if you're in a cage. I couldn't resist adding, because inside a cage is safer than outside. Yeah, the squirrel said, waving his tail at me as he turned and ran. I wonder if he made it safely to the cage. So here's a question to think about, boys and girls. What character traits do you think Bunny has? What kind of a bunny is he? He's not boring, that's for sure. So keep thinking about that. And then do you think Rat let him into his cage? Is Rat a nice rat? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Thanks for watching.
Do you want to hear a joke?
Sure.
What does a snowman take when he gets sick?
I don't know.
A chill pill!
JPS kids soar higher, super problem solvers, outstanding writers, accomplished readers, ready for success. Now let's say our success equation. Hard work plus resiliency plus teamwork equals success. Have a great day.